Hi, my name is Thomas and I'm the creator of Coralite, and in this video we're going to go through how to create a website using the command line tool. First we need to create the directory where all our templates will be and where all of our pages will be. First we're going to create our first page. And in here, we're going to see how to use our custom elements. So the custom elements follow the same pattern as custom elements. They must be separated by dash. There's no syntax created. It's all using the standard or the web API. In this first example, we'll be passing data through attribute values, and we'll have a look at that now. So we're going to create our first template. So the name of the template file has no correlation to the custom element name. The custom element name is defined in the ID. You can see here. In order to use the values that the custom element receives, we use kind of like a Mustache-style tokening system, but without logic. So the logic is reserved to the script tag, which we'll look at later. And we'll have a look at the result of this. We'll first install Coralite globally. It can also be installed locally within your project. Let's have a look at the options. We have 3 required options: the locations of the template, the pages, and the output. In this we're just going to do a dry run to see what the results are. Okay, so this is the result of our simple heading. And you can see that the H1 was replaced with, or the token was replaced with the value, the attribute value. So next we're going to look at slotted content, meaning content that we pass not only from more complex data within the element. So any content within the custom element can be displayed using the slot element. The first one will be displayed in the default slot, and the second one is planned to be displayed in the named slot. And so we'll have a look at creating that now. This custom template. So we've got the top part. We wanted to put all of our name slots that equal top up above our header, and anything else just gets put in the default slot. This is where we look briefly at modifying or computed slots. This is more advanced. In order to modify the result or declare or modify any incoming slot values, we can import the defined component. It must be exported as default, and the script must be a module type since we're utilizing HTML modules. The name of the slot, so in this case it's the default name, so just the default. If we want to modify any value that comes into the name, top name, we'll just declare the top, and that will overwrite that value. There are 2 arguments to the slot function. First is the slotted content, so any attribute that comes in, or so any node that comes in. And here it's simply an array of nodes. It's not the typical like HTML like node structure. It's slightly different, but here we're going to be pushing a text node at the bottom of the results. Okay, next we're going to look at a computed token template. So we're going to first create the page. Here we have a custom author, and we're passing in a date time, and the goal here is to convert this to something readable, but also we want to be able to use this date time within our time element. All right, let's create the author. Okay, so this one has a lot more to it. So we're using our attribute value, but now we're using the second attribute value here as well. And then we have 3 computed tokens. So just a quick note, the attribute values that come in with a dash are available as a dash format, but also as a camel case format. The camel case format allows the use of, it makes it easier to use in JavaScript since we don't have to do a bracket notation. And we want to convert the date time to something readable or pretty, I guess. And over here, the goal is to make just a return HTML as a string. And then we're going to look at displaying data that we received either from a file or an API. So we can see we define the component again, and tokens is the key that we need to define computer tokens, and the name of the token or the key of the token is what will be available within the template. The first argument are the values that you receive from your attributes or any plugins that you're using. There could be metadata or many other things. Here we're going to convert our date time. So you can see here I've converted it. I'm using the camel case version, and I'm going to display that in this format. The custom component or the custom HTML returns just a string that is HTML, which is useful to do some formatting, especially here. We're iterating through the post, which is a JSON object, that an array of objects basically. It has an ID, a title, and a description, and we're going to display that in an article. All right, so let's compile this and then look at the results. So we're going to compile them, all the pages, and save them to disk. Okay, let's have a look. So this is first of all, our slotted content. You can see that the named version goes up the top, and then the default value goes here, and our pushed modified text went underneath, which is useful if you need to modify anything that comes in. For the computed tokens, this is a bit more complex, but it's extremely powerful. And we have let's look at these are the attributes that come in as the attribute values, and this is the unformatted version, and then the formatted version here. And this is the computed HTML, and then finally the result of our data that we got externally. There we go. So this is just the scratching the surface. You can build almost any type of website completely static using HTML web standards, and hopefully